Meeting with the king.
The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Yes, another wonderful strategy session with Shiny McNoplan.
Okay, now we're gonna level up. And by level up, I mean stack more strength. And get a real tanking ability.
Huzzah!
It's crazy. Actually, I think we might get 2.
Yeah, they do actually give you a decent number of little talent bonuses right when you become a Grey Warden officially.
Oh yeah, otherwise I would die.
There's a strong possibility of that. You do finally get to face something actually difficult at the end of this. Kinda.
Huh. Aldred is here. I didn't realize that.
Again, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
The bald guy there, he's
The Darkspawn horde is too dangerous.
some kind of
Oh,
abomination.
yes.
On the front lines.
Well,
That's
not
the
yet.
case.
Well,
Perhaps we
at
should
some
wait
point,
for the
he
Orlesian
becomes one.
forces to join us after all.
I mean, he is abominable right now, but that's just because he's a dick.
It is not a full notion. Our arguments
To be
with the
fair, there are
Orlesians a
several
thing of the
dicks at
past,
this table.
and you will remember who is king.
Loghain, for example.
Well, yeah, that's his job.
King Kalen. Different kind of dick, but also dick.
Then our current forces will have to suffice.
And he has a
won't
cow skull in his
they?
armor.
Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
I am pretty sure that's supposed to be a
And this is
dragon.
the recruit I'm
It
making
looks like a
on
cow.
the I understand. Congratulations.
Dragons and
Arnold.
cows are closely related.
Really?
Look it up.
Every Grey
Is
Warden
is that in the
needed. You
codexes?
should be honored to join their
No.
ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend.
They might be
to
related to
reality.
Nugs, though.
Fine. Speak your strategy.
What are nugs?
The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn
The
into
rabbit
charging our lines,
pig
and then
rats.
Oh, from the
You
underground.
will alert the tower
Who are
to light
hairless.
the beacon,
And
signaling
creepy.
My men to charge from
And
the
creepy.
Find the Darkspawn. I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes?
There was once an exalted march called against the Nugs.
I have a
What?
men stationed there. It's not a dangerous
They thought they
task,
carried the
but it
blight.
is vital.
Then we should
It
send
lasted
our
for 3
best.
years and is never
Send
spoken of.
Alistair and the new
What?
Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
You are clearly making that shit up.
I am not.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too
This is
much.
why this world is
Truly
wonderful.
wise.
It is every bit as
Enough of your
ridiculous as
conspiracy
ours.
theories, Loghain.
Fair enough.
Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't
With
that
the
what
added
you're
bonus
here
of
for,
whenever
Duncan?
something really strange happens, you can actually say a wizard did
Your
it.
Majesty, the
True.
tower and its beacon
Oh.
are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
Magi.
trust any lives to your spells, mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you,
If they don't
Loghain.
want to trust any
I
lives
can't
to
wait
their
for that
spells,
glorious
then why are they
moment.
even
The
here?
Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Because they're useful.
Yes, Kalen. A glorious moment.
It's not that they don't want to trust their lives to the spells, it's just that the Chantry is kind of dicks towards mages.
You heard the plan.
This whole dick thing is
You
becoming a
and
theme.
Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal.
Well, it's a
and
theme
ensure
in this
the beacon
game.
is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the king's personal request.
I mean, the Chantry is really
If the
harsh
beacon is
against
not lit,
mages.
Tern Loghain's men won't know
They're all
when to
kept
charge.
locked in a tower.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding.
Well, several
It's just
towers.
a case, right?
But there's only one in Ferelden.
Yes, so am I.
You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate
Huh.
and up to the tower entrance.
Yeah, I never thought about that. What being a mage is like in other countries.
For the most part,
We will signal
same
you
deal.
when the time is right.
Hmm.
Alistair will know
Because
when
the
to go.
Chantry is pretty widespread in Thetis.
Then I must join the others.
There
From here, you
are
two are on
two
your own.
exceptions.
Remember, you are
One
both
is the
Grey
area
Wardens.
controlled by
I expect
the
you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan. May the Maker watch over you.
by the Imperium,
May he watch over us.
because, well, mages rule there.
Mhm.
That was their thing before the whole Andraste march against them,
Oh.
and they managed to work that out again. Instead of a divine mother leading them, they have a divine father, who is also a mage.
I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, but I'm apparently going the right way.
You're supposed to go to the tower. The battle's going to begin.
Yeah, I got that.
You need to go light the fire.
As much as I complain about the amount of cutscenes, these cutscenes do look pretty good.
This one is pretty awesome.
Like
It leads you.
it creates that,
It gives
that
you
kind of
good
tension
Yeah,
that you're looking for. And it's all the I think it's all the miscellaneous shifting that settles it, or that sells it like that.
The blight ends here.
Like they're not all just standing stiff and motionless. They're all sort of shifting and moving.
yeah. These are not obviously men and women trained to fight in formation.
Well, even if
They're
they
basically
are, I mean, like they move in a natural way.
Yes. And of course, so does the horde of Darkspawn.
Yeah.
And again, Fancy Hat Boy gets the lead. Kind of curious where they got the horns from.
Cows, dragons, same difference.
I guess. But they're mostly just digging for dragons to lead their next blight.
Oh. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I guess they only have like 2 more dragons to find. Then they're out. Unless they just start making other dragons into.
I don't know.
They keep digging up old gods.
Like with a shovel?
I guess. It takes them a while. This is why there's so much time between blights. They have to figure out shovel technology every time. Because all their best and brightest are killed in every blight.
Well, it's true. Go dog go.
It's especially difficult because they don't have any best and brightest.
For Ferelden!
They must lose a lot of dogs.
Yes.
I mean, they basically just send them in first, and then, well, that's it. I do notice that the horde just keeps coming, so obviously the dogs are all dead.
Let's cross the bridge and get to the tower of his shaft.
The first time I played, I looked down over the edge. You can actually target spells down there. I started
And
throwing
you started.
area spells just to see what would happen. Sadly, nothing.
Figured as much.
Okay.
They're everywhere. You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere.
And of course, the tower is overrun with darkspawn.
Then we have to get to the beacon
Because
and
why
light
not?
it ourselves.
And we have 2 more dudes.
New chumps.
Yay.
One of whom can cast spells.
One of them can cast spells.
The other one's an archer of some sort.
And not healing spells. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, and you don't get to level him at all, I don't think.
Not that I'm aware of. Alright, we're gonna do a bit more looting then, because I am going to need some healing stuff.
There are plenty of Darkspawn here who
But he did-
should care.
But he does put fire on
Do
my
flaming
weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. It is useful. Especially if you haven't had a mage in your party before. It's a good first experience. Which we haven't yet. Because dwarves don't have mages.
They're really
Can't
missing
cast
out.
magic. Well, it's not their fault. They literally cannot cast magic. It's theorized that they've been overexposed to lyrium from living underground. It's in their blood now, genetically.
Wouldn't that be good for casting magic, though?
Well, yes and no. Lyrium does aid in casting of magic, but they've been just surrounded by it for so long that they're basically immune to the effects. So, at that point, they're basically immune to the connection to magic. They don't go into the Fade either, so they don't dream properly.
Huh.
They basically lost their connection to that realm, and that's where magic comes from.
Shall be done.
There's a logic to pretty much everything in here. Whether it makes perfect sense or not is, well, up to the individual player to decide. But that is actually a little plot point when you go back to Ostagar. There's a young dwarven girl who wants to study at the Tower of the Magi.
Oh yeah, not Ostagar, but
Or, sorry, yes, Orzammar, rather.
Orzammar, yeah, that's what it's called. Now I have actual tank power, so I can taunt people and...
Which is good, because now you have one very squishy person in your group. You may want to switch your buddy there to be shooting stuff rather than swinging a torch around.
Yeah? No, he's hitting them with a mace.
Oh, that is a mace.
Alright.
It looks very much like a torch on my screen.
What can Alistair get? Nothing that's any good.
Well, Alistair is also a tank, which is problematic.
What are we staring at? There's nobody there.
There's probably someone up a tower or something along. This often happens out in this section.
I've never
where
had that
you're-
happen before. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, you're at the cusp of another fight, and they're not quite showing up. It happens in some of the outdoor environments a fair amount. I've seen that happen a fair
Yeah.
amount anyway.
That's one of the things I've noticed about this game is it's not super buggy. Like in comparison to some other games I've played, like, you know, Fallout or Oblivion or it's not that buggy. But there are a couple of trouble spots where it's just how on earth did this pass Q&A?
Yeah.
Thinking of, you know, every time you use Mana Clash, your game crashes. Well, okay, not every time, but about half the time.
That, well, part of that's probably, you know, PC issues. What can you do? Aside from not running into a tree for a while.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You were running into a tree for a while.
Oh, well. Look, sometimes you just gotta do that.
Sometimes you have to hug a tree, I agree.
You know what I like? My face. It's just gonna hurt.
Yep. Oh yeah, because you have no one who can actually disarm.
Nope.
Here.
And now it's on fire. And I'm gonna leave. Hey guys,
Yeah.
come here.
Very
Or you could not
nice.
come here. Or you could
Yeah.
go out
Very
there.
nice elaborate trap.
Bye guys. fine.
Yeah, the Darkspawn actually planned that one quite well. Set up rings of fire, put down.
I wonder if it was the Darkspawn or if it was us. I should probably be killing
You know what?
this guy.
I really hope it was the Darkspawn, because if it was us and we didn't use that on the Darkspawn
Well, no,
when they came in,
from the floor, didn't they?
possibly.
It said one of the guys said that they tunneled up from underground.
Ah. Well, that would make sense. That's where the Darkspawn come from. They're really good at tunneling.
Okay.
Not making pretty tunnels, mind you. They're not dwarves. But tunneling.
Seriously, pretty tunnels? You want pretty tunnels now? Not just regular ones?
Dwarves make pretty tunnels. The deep roads are pretty. When you're in the actual roads. The caves off to the side, not so pretty.
Your unreasonable tunnel-related standards.
I have very reasonable tunnel standards. If I'm going to be wandering around underground for hours and hours and hours, I want to look at something pretty.
Rather than just sections of blank wall.
Precisely. Put in a carving or two. Statue. Anything. Geometric figures.
Pay no attention to all those other dudes.
Well, see, they want to take out the smallest one first. It just makes sense. You always take out the little guys, then you work your way up to the main threat. They're just following video game logic as well.
Yeah. But in this case, I am the main threat.
Yeah, well, they were following the logic. They just didn't have all the information.
And I'm leveling up. You do level up pretty fast in the first while, which is nice.
It's very handy. Because then you get some actual good abilities.